Hi guys, and welcome back to the Cassie projects. So today we're doing a little drawing in the sketchbook. This is a series where I get you guys to choose what I draw. Week 1 we did a chicken, week 2 we did a rat, and this week we are going to do an octopus. Thanks to, I know 30, thank you so much for your comment. I just fancied drawing an octopus today. I thought it was a brilliant idea, so that is what I'm going to do. As you can see, I'm not going to follow a particular theme on this spread. I'm just going to do lots of different animals. I know we started off a bit farmy, but yeah, so let's go underwater for this one. What I'm doing here is I'm drawing the sketch of an octopus. I just found a picture on Google of an octopus. I'm not using it for anything apart from drawing in my sketchbook. So I don't even know where the picture came from. I just saw an octopus in the ocean and it looked all big and fun. So I thought I'd draw that one. I'm using I think it was a 7H pencil. Usually I use darker pencils, but I noticed a lot of artists use lighter pencils. I don't tend to because it's hard to see on a video. That is the main reason, to be honest. But actually I found it a lot more enjoyable sketching with the lighter pencil for the first time ever in my whole life. I just felt like I couldn't really mess around with the shapes and go over it and find the shape that I'm looking for. That was really helpful. And then I went in with the inking process, again using very sketchy lines. I'm trying to stop myself from using precise perfect lines, and I'm just going in with a very sketchy shaky hand, because I just like that look. I think it looks really nice. I'm using my Unipin fine liner 0.8 as usual. You all know how much I love this pen, and I'm just going over all the details and making this octopus come to life. So a lot of the comments that I receive are usually on the short version of this, so I do a short version to get it all out there. But for those that like to see the longer, more in-depth version, so that you can also see some of my techniques, and maybe that might help you to do some painting and drawing. I'm not saying I'm a professional at all, but watching someone do it, always helps. Do make sure you comment down below, either on here or on the short, and let me know what you would like me to draw next. I just love the ideas that I get. Some of them are so random and brilliant. So just drop a comment down below what you'd like to see me draw in my typical line and wash style to fill in this 2-page spread. So when I got the basic shape down, I then noticed that there's a lot of lumpy edges. Such a horrible sounding word, isn't it? Lumpy edges. So there's lots of lumpy edges on the octopus where they've got those sucker things. So I did lots of wibbly edges on the octopus legs and added in loads of circles to make it look all detailed. Now moving on to the painting stage, the most exciting part, I decided to wet the paper where the octopus was, just so I could do the wet on wet technique again, just to have a little bit of a play. And then I went in with a orange colour, so I used my I'm gonna forget the colour names again. So I used my organic vermilion and my Hansa yellow and mix those together to make this lovely orange colour. I then add a little bit of sepia to the mix to add those darker tones underneath, and I also add a bit more Hansa yellow to do the lighter parts. And I just keep mixing those 3 different colours together to make the main colour, the main body of the octopus basically. So the last few weeks have been a little bit difficult. I've had a bit of a creative block. mainly because I've been a little bit poorly, which has sucked, and I've just felt really unhealthy over the last week and a half. And I've just not had the energy to just get to my desk and create content for you guys, which has been really depressing for me because I really like making content. It makes me very happy. It's just good for me. But when I haven't got the energy to do it, it tends to make me feel a little bit down and just horrible. So it was so nice to do some painting today and just let out that creative flow and edit this video. It's so enjoyable for me. It makes me very happy. But something that I have been doing is I've been creating these little gonk family portraits. So I started a little Etsy shop because I thought that was, a great way of earning money as an artist. So I'm going to start putting some things on there to try and, help provide for my family and so on. It'll be really nice to make art my career, and as my youngest is going to be starting school in September, the pressure is on, it all starts coming, becoming real, and I want this to be my job. I really, really do. So let's hope that works out. So I did this family portrait of gonks that is customizable, so people can choose their portrait, choose the names and the hair colour and so on. So I thought that was really fun. But yeah, I'm trying to think of some more ideas. I might do a few different family portraits, instead of gonks, do different wellies and cute little things like that. And then of course I'm gonna continue selling my stickers and my prints. But yeah, if you've got any ideas of searchable things that I can create on Etsy, that'd be really good. I want to go down the downloadable route as well, because that just helps massively, because then you don't have to keep creating stuff. Instead, people can just download it over and over again. It's an easy income, and I feel like I'm more than capable of doing this. I've been doing art and graphic design for the whole of my life. It's been something that I've just naturally loved to do, so it just kind of makes sense for me to go down that route. Yeah, it's quite interesting. And then there's the whole world of stationery and calendars and birthday invitations and even wedding stationery. It's there's so many cool things that I could do. So any tips, let me know, because that is the process that I'm going through at the minute. And yeah, my brain is just it's just in overload at the minute, because there's too many ideas in my brain. Anyway, going back to the octopus, so I just let that whole layer dry, and now I'm going in with some more saturated colour. So I've got that vermilion red, and I'm just adding it to the side of the face where the shadowing is, and then I'll add a bit more of the orange into that, and just bringing those colours more out and making them more vivid. I actually started a video a couple of weeks ago and then didn't end up posting it because I just didn't have the energy to edit it. Said that really weird, didn't I? So I didn't have the energy to edit that video. So I'm going to get that done this week. Really excited about it actually, because it's reverse colouring, and I'm also going to be doing Wreck This Journal at the same time. So I'm going to be using the two different books to do reverse colouring pages, which is really exciting. I can't believe how much reverse colouring has improved my art and my imagination, if anything. I've always found that sort of thing really, really difficult, but I've just kept pushing myself to do it more and more. And the more I do of that book, I just feel like it is improving my skills so much more and giving me a lot more confidence. So yeah, I definitely recommend trying out doing a bit more reverse colouring. You don't even have to get the book, you can just make your own reverse colouring in pages. In fact, I've been doing almost reverse colouring in pages with my daughter. So I've got her a little watercolour set because she just loves painting. She's 3. And yeah, we just sat together just putting loads of smudges on the paper, and like naturally I just kept seeing different things. I was like, oh, I could turn that into a flower, oh, I could turn that into a monster, I could turn that into this. I was just naturally doing that process, which was really fun. So maybe I should do a video on me and my daughter making some reverse colouring in pages together, because it always makes it a bit more interesting when someone else does it for you, because you just got to really go with your imagination and try and find something and see if you see the same thing. It's really good fun. So now I'm adding a lot more sepia into the octopus. I'm really darkening up the underneath and the bottom of the legs. Are they legs? Tentacles? Whatever they are, just to add a bit more dimension, make it look a bit more 3D, and I think that really helps. I'm going to leave you to watch the painting now. I'm sure you're bored of hearing me talk about nonsense, so yeah, you carry on watching that process and I'll be back in a minute. So now I've let that octopus dry again. I'm now adding the blue. What's the blue called? You may ask. It is ultramarine blue. That's right. And it's just pure ultramarine blue and just water. And I'm just adding that all to the edges because I noticed I went over the lines a little bit, you know, like a child. So I'm just covering that up with a bit of ocean because, you know, that makes life a little bit easier. And I think it makes the octopus stand out as well because, you know, orange and blue, they're like contrasting colours, aren't they? I think, if I remember rightly. I might have got that wrong. Or is it blue? Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure it's orange and blue. Anyway, it looks cool. Okay, now for my favourite bit. This is when I get my bleed proof white out. This always transforms paintings. What I did, I put a little bit in one of the little trays in my watercolour palette, and then I added a bit of that orange that I'd been using for my octopus. So we had this lovely pale peachy colour, and I added that to all the little sucker circles. I should probably have looked up the analogy. Analogy? Is it analogy? I forgot words. That's so funny. It's not analogy, it's anatomy. I was thinking of anatomy. I should have looked up the anatomy of an octopus. That might have helped with this voiceover. But hey, you're getting the real me right now. So yeah, I'm just adding all those little circles to the legs, tentacles, whatever it's all called. And yeah, it just transforms it. It's just wonderful. I think this octopus is one of my favourite animals I've ever drawn. And I said that last week about the rat, but I prefer this to the rat, so maybe I'm just going to keep getting better and better. Wouldn't that be nice? Fingers crossed, because once I start painting, I can't just tear it out because it's all one collective, so it's all very stressful, but it's going well so far. So yeah, after I did all the dots, that was basically the octopus finished, and I think it's glorious. Oh yeah, and I added a few dots to the ocean as well, make it look a little bubbly. There I am, right in week 3 around his little head, and there you have it, my beautiful octopus. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Do let me know what animal you would like me to draw next, and do keep watching more videos, and I will see you on Friday. Bye!